Now, we'd like you to see what happens when we take on projects that are very personal and projects that belong to people who are not even living in the country. This particular duplex was bought by a client in the diaspora, and they looked around and they thought, okay, while the developer has done their best, there are things about this duplex that we would like to change. We'd like them to look like us. We'd like them to fit us. So what exactly did Fine Urban do? That's what we're here to find out. So join me. Let's get started with this beautiful entry. Look at that from the door. What finds you right here before you've even stepped into the living space is the wainscoting. Look how elegant it shines. Look at that. Amazing, such precision, such elegance, and it echoes with the tile work below. This house came with a certain specific design on the tiles right across the entire duplex, but Fine Urban selected a different tile pattern and color that would bring out what the client wanted from their living space. Look at it, well laid, excellent, gleaming, and ready for the owners to move in. The gypsum pattern welcomes you right from the front door. As you walk in, you can see the recessed lights that add so much warmth and so much light and happiness to this section. It's the kind of house where you walk in and you're thinking, I'm glad I'm home. I'm so glad I'm home. And to my left, we've got our first bedroom, but this is a guest bedroom, and I'll bring you back to this in a little while. For now, following the flow of the house, I can see a door in here that leads to a cloak room of sorts and a storage space too. We're going to come back to it in a moment, but right now the living room area is just calling me by name. Now, initially, the door that we walked into was not the primary door because this duplex comes with two doors. So what Fine Urban did was remodel that door and make it the primary door. So when you come to visit here, that's the door that you're going to come in to. And this entire section here was designed as a wall that connects with the kitchen, and there was a little space here where, you know, once you finish cooking and you want to put the plates into the kitchen, into the dining table or into the dining area, this is what used to be there. But Fine Urban said no, this living area deserves a proper dining table, a proper sitting space with plates and dishes and all of that, instead of squeezing everything in to only one room. So what they did was seal this up. You can no longer put things from the kitchen across this way, that way, anyway. No. This is now a gorgeous display area with paneling at the top to give it a little hint of sophistication and elegance. And right here you can see knickknacks and beautiful decor from living luxe, finding space, finding homes in such an elegant and very, very well curated space. Within the display area, we can see the snake lights that help with lighting up and showcasing these pieces of decor in their finest and in their best. Now, right here, we can see the customized sofas that were put together by Fine Urban to ensure that that luxe feeling does not get left out, especially in choice of what people are going to sit on when they come to this house. We can see the art right there, mirroring the colors that were chosen by the client for this living area. You can see the hues of gold, of teal, of navy blue, a rich gray, a royal navy as well. All these colors at play and working so beautifully to bring the space to life. The chandelier, oh my, look at that piece. glistening and glittering and inviting everybody to enjoy this wonderful, wonderful space. The carpet as well has got the theme of the colors that have been selected by Fine Urban and our client. And you can see this piece, that chessboard. I know I've seen it before at Living Luxe, but it looks so different when it's on a shelf in the store or when it's right here at home. It just comes to life, doesn't it? How amazing is that? Now, coming to this corner of the living area, you can see the paneling work continues, these vertical panels. They do so much in opening up a space and providing depth and character as well. We can see the curtains, hand-selected, hand-picked, and each one of them ticking the box of the hues and the color code and scheme of this living space. Behind me, the TV wall. Now this is magnificent. This has got marble at the back right there. Then we've got our fireplace, and the television just sits exclusively right there. It's not just construction, it's not just design. Ultimately, it's art. The art of bringing your dreams to life. You cannot trust just anybody with that art. Trust Fine Urban. I would like you to pay close attention to this detailed work that happened here with this wall. Now, this was fabricated right here on site. Before, it was simply a plain wall. There was no paneling, there was just basically nothing. It was just a clear wall. But look at what the excellent craftsmanship from Fine Urban was able to birth. Look at that intricate detailing. Look at that paintwork as well. It all sits together, and it takes hours and hours of painstaking labor to make sure that everything aligns, to make sure that everything looks good, to make sure that the paintwork and the choice of the colors actually work. It is meticulous work. And when it comes to bringing your dreams to life, that is the kind of detail-oriented work ethic that you're looking for. You don't want to make mistakes because mistakes cost money. But with Fine Urban, you are getting the best of craftsmanship and the very best of talented designers to bring that dream to life. Look at this excellent an elegant space. This gypsum pattern, everything sits together to set everything off, from the chandelier to the small things, because it's always in the small details that you can tell whether somebody was paying attention to their craft or not. But the elegance of this living area, look at it, from the gypsum patterning to those recessed lights working in tandem with our chandelier. They light up this space so well, so very well. It is the kind of space that you want to entertain in. It's the kind of space that speaks to everything that you've been through and bringing out the best of you through your living space. Oh my goodness, this is really for the books. Now, before we go to the dining area, this duplex also has a little balcony area. So let's swing outside just for a quick peep. And it goes right round. You can see the tile work as well. All of it, once again, replaced by Fine Urban to reflect the individuality of the client and their needs. It's a beautiful relaxation space. And I can see a few Living Luxe essentials finding home right on this balcony. It's just a matter of time. Now let's go to the dining area. A little while ago, I explained something about the doors to this wonderful duplex. It has 2 doors, but initially, the primary door was through this area. But remember the challenge that they were going to experience. They would not have a dining area because all of it would have had to fit in that section there. But with Fine Urban and remodeling work, this is what happens now. Instead of having the first door that should have been the main door, we now have this beautiful panel that features a broken mirror design and the most elegant dining area right next to the staircase. It all works together. Look at that. And this is huge because you can see how many people can be sat here. And the dining table was imported by Living Luxe to ensure that it matches the gravity and the seriousness and the opulence of this living space. Look how wonderful it all looks. From the broken mirror design that actually hides a door very, very clever, to these beautiful, beautiful chairs. Got to take a moment there to just take it all in. Stunning. Just stunning. Let me show you what else Fine Urban got up to. They created a storage space right here that is so trendy, that is so perfect for this dining area. Now you can store all kinds of things that you would need if you're hosting dinner here. Or you could do your linens, you could do some cutlery. Other than just the display area here, we've also got doors that open up, and you've got more storage space right here. So you're making use of your staircase and not wasting the space that's underneath. How clever is that? Now I'm itching to go upstairs, but before we do, there's a bedroom, there's a kitchen, there's a cloakroom. So come with me, let's have a look at those first. Would you like to see the kitchen with me? All right, in we go. Ta-da! We have got to behold the tile work first, because once again, just like the tile work that was redone in the living area, the kitchen was not left behind as well. Look at how beautiful it looks. It all sits so well, and I can already see so many Fine Urban signature moves everywhere. I can see the cabinetry, the storage solutions. So good. But before we look at all of them one by one, I'd like you to look up and see that snake light that trails its way right across the kitchen to give us more light in this space. And the storage solutions are really quite clever. Some of them have got a clear glass door this way so that you can be able to see exactly what it is you need when you need it. So you come in here, if you want some flour, this is the place to be. You reach in, pick it out, and voila, you've got it together. Then we've got our storage spaces, and you've got to come a little closer for this. Look at that. What you've grown and come to know and love as typical signature Fine Urban storage spaces. We've got that right there, and we've got another one too. So anytime you need anything, you've got layers stacked upon each other like that, offering you excellent storage solutions for everything that you need in your kitchen. The kitchen is all ready for habitation. You can see that it is a fitted kitchen. The appliances are already in place. Those are right there. We've got our storage spaces just above those fitted appliances. We've got another set of storage solutions there. These ones are a little open, so these ones you can play around with a little bit more. The fridge is installed and ready to go. But taking a look here, we've got a burner already in place, but look at that marble. Look at that kitchen top right there. Look at the backsplash. It all speaks the same language. And the color too, from that stony gray right there to that nice bit of marble speckling there with a color that echoes in the paint choice for the cabinetry. You've got to respect the work that is done by Fine Urban. We've got our extractor fans right there, so when you're cooking, it all goes out. It doesn't come into the sitting room or the kitchen area where you're entertaining, and maybe somebody doesn't want to smell the onions, you know? Sometimes onions can hit badly, really, really badly. We've got more storage solutions, as you can see. Even a chopping board. I think our people are ready to move in. And once again, with the cabinetry right here, we can see more storage solutions installed by Fine Urban. This is one of my favorite ones. See, whatever you need, pick it up and then send it right back. Awesome. Fantastic. That marble patterning continues all the way here. We've got our dishwasher ready to go. And we've got a very, very, very modern kitchen sink. You've got to come a little closer for this one. And I'm going to get a cup for something that I'm going to show you. Here we are. This is a very modern kitchen, and its layout, you would need a little bit of a tutorial, but I'll say it to you as quickly as I can, and I hope you remember. Now here is where you can click that way so that you can have access to drinking water. You know, when you go and buy your water from the supermarket, you come in, you install it down there, and this is the tap that you press. Then we've got all these sink options, tray options too. So if you're washing your fruits, you're washing your vegetables, Here's how it starts. You could start with this one. Ta-da! Maybe you're old school and you just want the faucet to work. Ta-da! There we go. Maybe you just had a cup of coffee. And it's time to rinse that mug so that maybe the housekeeper will come in a little later and wash it. Ta-da! That's where you rinse out your mug. But we've got one more final tap, and this is it. A whole set of options when it comes to the kitchen sink. Kitchen sinks have come a long way. Yani, look at that. I feel like doing this all over again. Now, with this done, I think it's only fair that we make our way upstairs. What say you? On our way to upstairs, a quick pose, haha. There's a door here. When we came in, I told you it's a cloak room, but I'd like you to see it, just to see its general layout and remembering that it's underneath the staircase. So those storage solutions that we talk about Fine Urban providing for you, they look like this and even better. But that said, let's make our way up. And as we go upstairs, we must note that initially, when this was put together by the developer, this is not what the railing looked like at all. It was one of those, you know, one size fits all, custom made with those huge ring things. Yes. But Fine Urban came in, pulled that down, and instead installed this beautiful gold railing that goes with this glass fixture to allow a lot of light to come in, because after all, we're going up the stairs. If we do not keep it light and clear, then you're going to darken the staircase. But we have excellent light coming in from the dining area, and also on the staircase itself, we've got snake lights that were installed to light up the staircase so that when you're going upstairs, it is not a dark exercise. It's easy, it's light, it's breezy. You just want to go where you're going and you easily get there. As we continue to walk up the staircase, you can see the curtains right here, installed by Living Luxe. Touch of elegance and sophistication. But right here, here's the star of this show. We're looking at this intricate and very elegant wainscoting pattern that goes all the way up, and it walks with you as you make your way up the staircase. How beautiful was this? And look at that. When we get to the top, you marvel at the chandelier that is available at Living Luxe. And then we've got this beautiful pink blossoms. Oh, and I'm pink too. So I could also be speaking about myself. Hey. But that's what decor is supposed to do. It's supposed to light up an area and make you feel truly inspired. All right then. Now I'd like you to join me as we make our way to the master bedroom. Oh, wow. Look at this living space. This is an incredible bedroom. It's huge. There's so much space. There's so much room. And is that a walk-in closet I see? Oh, be still my beating heart. So before I get ahead of myself, let's take a look at the room that we're standing in right now. This is the master, and we can see elegant pieces from Living Luxe right here. Gorgeous. It's like they were designed for this space. I am so impressed. The gypsum design here is also extremely elegant, still in line with the theme that we've seen echoed across the duplex. We can see the recess lights on either end of the room, so they just run parallel to each other, affording a very nice mixed but balanced display of light. I can see the wainscoting pattern right here. This is clever. This is so wonderful. Just as the second bedroom that we looked at when we came upstairs, we can see what wainscoting around a headboard can do. And that headboard gives you a very good idea of just how huge this bed is. Because most times, the bed will fit within the headboard space. But this is a very special kind of bed. You can find one at Living Luxe, as big as you want them to be and as tiny as you want them to be as well. Looking at the curtains, glorious. The color scheme here works. We can see the theme of the gold hue reflected in the detailing, the tiny little details of the curtains here. This is beautiful, luxurious. Even just touching them, you can tell that these curtains are going to last a lifetime. From the bed, we can see the nightstands, courtesy of Living Luxe. Enough storage right there for some precious things that you would like to have beside your bed. And we've got our bed bench right here. And its color just matches that dressing table and the dressing setup right there at the corner of the room. This is a space where the client is going to individualize on their own. They're going to make the space their own. They maybe want to hang up something that's dear to them, something that's of sentimental value to them. But it was a request that in redesigning this space to keep that section clear. Once again, there is tile work that's happened underneath this carpeting in the master bedroom, but you can see the color in here changes. Unlike the other rooms that we've been to, the choice of fabric and color was slightly different in this room, simply to echo the chandelier that we've got, courtesy of Living Luxe, and the bed, and of course the fixtures that would find a home in here. We've got our second dressing area section as well. In this corner, it is so personalized because you can tell that this is an addition by Fine Urban, a clear addition of a storage space / display area for the owner of this room. And just to make sure that it is well lit, we've got snake lights that have been installed right here on every level of this section here. We've got a floating shelf and we've got this mirror with a light installed within it so that whoever's going to use this room can already have very well lit spaces to check on your face, check on your makeup. Do you have lipstick on your teeth? No, you don't. And before we move from this area, take a look at the storage space available. And this is a very clever addition by Fine Urban. Let's make our way into the walk-in closet. You can see these clear glass shelves to allow more light in, to allow whoever's living in here to be able to quickly tell, oh, today I want to wear this, or I want that, or I want this. This is a very clever, innovative idea. The cabinetry has been well done. You just slide the doors so you don't have to open them out because this is a narrow space here. So the sliding doors are an excellent touch to play and maximize on use of space. We've got our spotlights there that you can adjust. So depending on what it is you want to light up, you can have those move to the left or move to the right. It's entirely up to you. Now, before we finish with this storage area, I've got to show you the shoe rack. Yeah, behind this was more excellent storage space, as you can see, but we've also got a shoe rack. Ooh, we can put a lot of stuff in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa, 8 levels. You can definitely store a couple of pairs of shoes in there. You know, the thing about this walk-in closet is it's very cleverly done. We've got different sizes of the shelves in here to allow for different items of clothing because, you know, how you're going to store a sweater and how you're going to store a skirt could be very different. So you've got the longer ones, you've got the slightly shorter ones, and we've also got our drawers, you know, the drawers that you can pull out. Yeah. So let's take a look at that. Oh, wow. Quite a bit you can store in there. Super. I love it. This is a walk-in closet to treasure. And from the walk-in closet, we walk in to the bathroom. This is a huge, huge, huge bathroom. I can see everything was redone by Fine Urban. Once again, the tile work was replaced. You can see the gypsum pattern at the top, echoing the elegance of this place. And we've also got the cabinetry. Very, very well done. Very practical storage solutions. We've got our mirror there, and you can find these from Living Luxe. Let's take a look at the shower space. It opens in, which is excellent. You can see those finishings. You can see where you can put your soap, your shower gel. They're so well done. The tiling here is bright. It picks up on the light that is available from the window right beside you there, from the window that's also behind me, and it lights up this entire space. Opposite the shower space is this massive space right here. Remember, Fine Urban took what was here, pulled that out, and installed new marble tiles to speak to the gravity of this room, to speak to the beauty of this room, and they completely lit it up. There's just something about this pattern that allows us to feel unlimited. There's space, and so the marble pattern and the marble colors in here reflect space, they reflect freedom. A beautiful space to be in a shower, and you don't ever want to be cramped when you're in the bathroom, and this area gets it right. We've got the tile work that goes all the way right down to the floor as well. Very well laid tile work. Look at that. The craftsmanship speaks for itself. This is going to last a long time and last well. We've got the toilet from Living Lux. We've got the Arabian shower as well, and the pattern on the door, that delightful pattern that makes you smile. This bedroom area is massive, as you can see, and there's still lots of room that you can fill out in here. We've got that huge bed right there. We've got that bench, the bed bench right there, and here still holds possibilities. You never know, you could put a little chair here, you could add a little something. What that something is, it's entirely up to the owner of this room to decide. They could leave it as an open space, maybe where you can do a little morning yoga when you wake up, or they could choose to accessorize it with elements of furniture or decor. Now, from this expansive space in the master, there's one more area for us to explore, and that is this little balcony area that is so divine. And look, we've got furniture from Living Lux right here. I know this piece, I know these chairs, I've seen them before, but let's start with the tile work. Once again, even the tile work outside was redone. When the developer created this balcony area, there was a standard tiled pattern and design that was selected for all the duplexes within this compound. However, Fine Urban and the client agreed on customizing and personalizing not only the tile work within the duplex, but without as well. So look at that. Look at that. It's so gorgeous, and it continues all this way. Look at that. And this stretches right across to bedroom number 2. Walking across the landing, once again, we've got that pattern here, and then we're welcomed by this beautiful extravagance that's just going on here. Of course, we've got our bed bench right here. So I can see the bedspread as well. Gorgeous color, muted pastels are in, and I can't think of a nicer place to have pastel colors than a bedroom. Looking at the cabinetry, very well done, excellent storage solutions, courtesy of Fine Urban. The artistry, the workmanship here is just one of a kind. Look at that. Huge enough to put everything you need in one room, and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. But what I want you to see with me is this little, it's not even little, it's gorgeous, it's extreme, it's fantastic, it's magnificent even. This touch of wainscoting right across the headboard area. Glorious. Just glorious. I love it. Now, taking a look at this washroom area here, because this bedroom is en suite, so it has its own washroom. And once again, everything here was pulled out. Fine Urban knew what the client wanted. It was sophistication, elevation, and a lot of light. So here we've got very light fixtures everywhere. We've got silver, we've got a touch of gold at the sink area, but with the tile work, we've got an elegant light gray that picks up light beautifully and makes this bathroom area quite spacey, quite airy, and quite light to be in. Look at that. Enjoy it. You know, there's 2 more rooms we've got to look at right here before we go back downstairs. And the room that I'd like us to look at is the family room. Right here, once again, as we open this space, you can see the pattern on that door, elegantly crafted by Fine Urban. And stepping into the family room, what a lovely warm space to be. And the telly's on. I just need someone to bring me a cup of tea. Oh, this is beautiful. Where do we begin with this room? All right, I'll tell you where we'll begin. Let's begin with the floor. It's carpeted as well, just like the bedrooms we've seen. Taking a look at the TV wall, because that's what we're now looking at. You've got oh my gosh, look at the images there. This room was designed exactly for this purpose. Behind the television, we can see a textured wall right there that gives this room a little bit of depth. There's something about the wall being textured that makes it more muted, makes it more pleasant to face, because you know, when walls are just too shiny and then you've got a TV screen right in front of that shininess, it's just too much shine in one place. You can only bling out so much, you know what I mean? But here, everything works well. There's a touch of the shine right there, just before the gypsum patterning right there. Then we've got that vertical paneling that gives this room a little more depth, a little more richness, and I like the color of that paneling right there. It's an elegant executive shade of gray that is just lovely. It works, it fits. It's quite something. I love what Fine Urban does, especially when it comes to paneling. Paneling can really take a room from ordinary to extraordinary. But still on the gypsum patterning right here in this entire room, we can see the recessed lighting. Once all of it is functioning and lit, it's soft and it's just shared, it's diffused, it's not everywhere. It's just a warm place to be where the lighting isn't too harsh. Everything sits the way it should. I absolutely love the curtains in theme with the color scheme that's happening within this family room. And when I look at the storage solutions and the storage space back here, I can see a lot that can be stashed away, from books to albums to knickknacks to items of decor such as this one, courtesy of Living Lux. I'm telling you, I think I know every Living Lux piece. You can even put in your sound system right there. There's enough room for a potted plant. And these sofas, oh, glorious, oh, comfortable sofas where you can just wrap up here, sit at the end of the day, catch up with your spouse, catch up with your loved ones, and talk about your day while maybe watching the news or catching up on a favorite show. And these chairs are all courtesy of Fine Urban. The beauty about this room is not only is it a warm, safe family space, it's the kind of space that also could double up as a study. It has a very calm feel. There's something about this space here that lends itself to cerebral work, where you can think about your work, where you can write a paper. Maybe you've got somebody who's got to finish their homework. You can finish your homework here. Or maybe you've got a really good book that you want to read. You can shut the world away, switch off your phone for a few minutes, lounge in this area and just catch up with your favorite book. This is a really wonderful family room. It's small but intimate. It's spacious but very personal as well. This is work well done by Fine Urban. You've got to see it to believe it. What's going to be my next move? Let me read about it. This landing area completely reflects the elegance that we saw downstairs. The wainscoting comes all the way up right to the landing of this duplex, and it doesn't stop at the stairs. It continues right across this common space here on the landing area. It's so elegant, it's so beautiful, and it just makes you feel like you're in an elevated room, in an elevated, elegant space. That gypsum pattern that stretches right from where the chandelier is, with the recessed lights that are definitely in step with the same recessed lights that we saw downstairs. It all continues here, running parallel to each other and lighting up this entire space, because there is no access to a window here. These lights truly brighten up this area and keep it from being a very dark sort of landing when you come up. And this sets the scene for exploration of all these glorious spaces up here. Remember, the tile work was all redone. Whatever was here by the developer, that was put in here when the owner of the flat bought the flat. They said no. Fine Urban came in, pulled all that out, and installed this gorgeous, soft, plush feel. Done, very tasteful, very warm, very plush. The cabinetry is elegant. Look at that. Very well laid out. And in looking up, of course, you see the gypsum that was installed to continue with the theme of elegance across this duplex. We can see the recessed lights that were installed. We can see a very muted chandelier that is just perfect for this bedroom. And of course, the gold light fixtures right there on the wall. You can see the pattern on the door. Remember, this pattern is replicated across the entire duplex. Very unique, very special, and also very inviting as well. Turning around to the bed, we can see pieces from Living Luxe right there. I know this one. This is beautiful. Personalizing the space with a gorgeous bed as well, courtesy of Living Luxe. Look how unique this pattern is. And you know, when you touch this, this is raised a little bit so you can feel the difference between the white and the black. It makes you almost believe that you've got a bit of cowhide right here on your pillowcase. Looking at the wall, the headboard on in this room was kept simple because we've got a vertical wood paneling to just give this room more depth, more personality, more life. It's not just plain walls all around. It picks up the room and gives it a certain kind of feeling that you are in some very, very special place. The curtains, once again, joyful, delicious, luxurious. Look at that. Most people would say, okay, because we've done the tile work afresh, let's just leave it with tiles. But in this particular case, they said, no, we're going to redo the tiles, but we're going to install carpeting in the bedrooms. So the color of the carpet in here is very warm, it's very tan, it's very mute. It works with everything that sits in this room. There's nothing that's out of place. And I think the best part about having carpeting on your floor is when the Kenyan winter rolls round, this is a wonderful place to be. But let's keep walking because we're not done. Now I'm stepping into the laundry area. You can see the washing machine is already installed. We've got our heater right there. We've got another set of sinks here. So maybe you've got a lot more washing up, maybe things from the kitchen that you'd like to clean up. You can also send them over this way. But from the laundry area, we make our way to the housekeeper's quarters. And this was also completely redone by Fine Urban. There's no point in just redoing one section of the house. Fine Urban is an all or nothing player. We make sure that when we come in, everything that needs to be redone is redone. As it is in the main duplex, so it is right here in the housekeeper's quarters. Now that we've finished with a look at the kitchen, I'd like us to look at the cloakroom and bedroom number 1. So starting right here with the washroom. Now this was also completely remodeled and redone by Fine Urban, from the tile work, look at that, to all the fixtures that you see. You can definitely find one of these at Living Luxe. So from here you can see the shower head, you can see beautiful glistening silver fixtures that are just right for this particular room. Stepping into what is our downstairs bedroom, which must be the guest bedroom in this duplex. And wow, this is a beautiful room. You can see the bed another fine urban creation. You can see that bedspread, everything has been laid out and is in place. The tile work continues. All of it was also torn out and a new set of tiles installed to speak to the theme of the entire house. The gypsum pattern continues with its elegance right up to the chandelier that has been installed by Living Lux. I know this piece, yes I do. And we've also got our gorgeous, gorgeous cabinets with extra room. And you know, the sizing is different because you never know what it is that you want to store. Some things require a little more height. Some things require a little more depth. So here you can actually hang up suit on this end, you know, jackets and things. You can hang them here. Then you can hang some shirts over here. But again, in keeping with the fact that this is a guest bedroom, you're trying to anticipate the needs of your guest and giving them storage solutions that will help them feel comfortable in this space. I can see the paneling, the vertical paneling that was done meticulously by the craftsmen at Fine Urban. Lovely, lovely. And the choice of color, it just works with this amazing space. And the curtains also reflect the themes of the color scheme that this house possesses. We're looking at bits of gold. We're looking at a little bit of teal in there to just reflect the choices of the owner and Fine Urban. We hope you've enjoyed this tour of this duplex. I know I have. So much to see and so many gorgeous pieces and design all over the place. Now, if you're starting from scratch, you know who you need to call. Fine Urban. However, if you've already bought an apartment like our client in Diaspora did, you can trust Fine Urban to personalize that space and create it in the way that you've always imagined your design space to look like. Get in touch and also book your appointment at Living Lux so you can customize and personalize your living spaces. Remember to click subscribe, hit notifications, and tell a friend.